The Galactic Council's decision echoed across 47 star systems in less than a solar hour. Earth was hereby banned from all interstellar trade, diplomatic relations, and technological exchange. The vote had been unanimous, 216 alien civilizations agreeing that humanity was too dangerous, too unpredictable, too human to remain part of the greater galactic community. Ambassador Deborah Chun stood before the assembled delegates, a young man barely 30 Earth years old, with dark eyes that had seen more than most beings twice his age. He listened to the proclamation without flinching, his expression carefully neutral as the Zorthak High Chancellor delivered the verdict in 17 different languages simultaneously. Humanity has violated Protocol 72, subsection 9. The Chancellor droned, its crystalline body refracting the Council chamber's light into 1,000 fractured rainbows. You have weaponized concepts we deemed sacred. You have turned philosophy into ammunition, art into psychological warfare, and worst of all, you have made jokes about matters of universal importance. Behind Deborah, junior diplomat Timothy Rodriguez, a sharp-featured woman with silver streaks in her black hair despite being only 28, made a small sound. Not quite a laugh, but close enough that several nearby delegates hissed in their native tongues. The Council has spoken, continued the Chancellor. Earth is hereby isolated. No trade, no travel, no communication. You will remain in your solar system until you have learned to respect the order we have built over 10 million years. Deborah finally moved. He reached into his jacket pocket, causing half the security drones to activate, and pulled out a simple datapad. Timothy handed him a stylus with the ghost of a smile on her lips. Ambassador Chun, this is not a negotiation, the Chancellor warned. I know, Deborah replied, his voice carrying across the vast chamber with unexpected warmth. I'm just signing the acknowledgement of receipt. Wouldn't want there to be any confusion about whether we understood the Council's position. He signed with a flourish, then looked up at the assembled aliens with something that might have been amusement dancing in his eyes. Before we go, may I address the Council? One last time. The Chancellor's crystalline form pulsed with irritation, but protocol demanded allowance. 3 minutes. Deborah smiled. It was not a kind smile. You've banned us because we're dangerous. Because in the 50 years since we joined the galactic community, we've disrupted your carefully ordered society. We've introduced concepts like constructive criticism and changing your mind based on new evidence. We've suggested that maybe, just maybe, a civilization that's remained unchanged for 1,000,000 years isn't wise, but stagnant. Murmurs erupted across the chamber. Timothy's smile widened. You believe this ban will contain us, force us to reflect on our mistakes. Learn humility. Deborah's voice grew softer, more dangerous. But here's what you don't understand about humanity. We've been isolated before. We spent 300,000 years confined to one planet, fighting among ourselves, dying from diseases we couldn't cure, dreaming of stars we couldn't reach. He began walking toward the exit, Timothy falling into step beside him. Do you know what we did during that time? We split the atom. We decoded our own genetic structure. We built machines that could think. We created art that made us weep and music that made us dance and stories that made us believe we could be better. All of that, while trapped in a gravity well on an insignificant rock orbiting an average star. The chamber had gone silent. You've given us our playground back, Deborah continued, his voice now carrying an edge of steel. You've removed the restrictions, the regulations, the endless committees. You've told us to go back to our solar system and stay there. Do you have any idea what we're going to do with all those planets, all those moons, all that empty space where nobody's watching? He reached the massive doorway, then turned back one final time. The Zorthak live for 1,000 years but haven't had a new idea in 10,000. The Rashkor have colonized 100 worlds, but every single one is identical. The Vexenar have the most advanced computers in the galaxy, but use them only to maintain tradition. You've built a civilization based on preservation, on maintaining what is. You've forgotten how to grow. Timothy spoke for the first time, her voice cutting through the chamber like a blade. Humanity doesn't preserve. We create. We fail. We learn. We try again. We don't respect the impossible. We redefine it. In 50 years, maybe 100, you'll lift this ban, Deborah said. You'll send your scouts to check on us, expecting to find a chastened species, ready to apologize and beg for readmission. But here's my prediction: you won't find us here. The Chancellor's form flickered with confusion. You cannot leave your solar system. Our treaty sealed your hyperspace technology. Your hyperspace technology, Deborah interrupted. We never said it was the only way to travel. We just hadn't bothered to find another way because yours worked fine. But now, he shrugged. Now we have motivation. Now we have time. Now we have complete freedom to experiment without your safety boards and ethics committees slowing us down. He and Timothy walked through the doorway, but his voice echoed back one final time. You didn't ban us, Council. You freed us. And when we come back, and we will come back, it won't be to ask permission. It'll be to show you what humanity built while you weren't watching. The door sealed behind them with a crystalline chime. For a long moment, the Council sat in silence. Then the Chancellor spoke, uncertainty rippling through its words for the first time in its 400-year tenure. Did we make an error? Nobody answered. But deep in the classified archives, security footage showed something that would haunt the Council for generations to come. As Deborah and Timothy walked back to their ship, both humans were smiling, not with sadness or defeat, but with the wild, fierce joy of chains being broken. Earth's transmission reached the galaxy 72 hours later. Just 2 words, broadcast on every frequency. Watch us. And humanity disappeared behind their solar system's barrier, already dreaming of impossible things.